What's going on, everybody out there? It's your boy Josheey, the CEO. We back. I know y'all been wondering when was your boy going to pop back into the podcast game. Well, I'm here. Episode 1, numero uno of the Josheey, the CEO podcast, and it is a special one indeed. Of course, my right-hand man, Lil Bro, can't do nothing without him. Got Lil Cree in the building, and we got a very special guest and host with us. We got the lovely, the talented, the wonderful, the Miss Do-It-All. We got Lindsey D in the building. What's going on with you?
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
I was telling Cree the other day, you know, we always be on social media, peeping on what's hot, what's not, what's going on, what's current. And I kept seeing this shit called Buns N Basketball. Now, I'm a basketball fan. I love basketball. But I ain't never seen no basketball like this. I'm gonna just keep it real. Those are the things that you just love to see. I was like, all right, they got the WNBA, they got women's college basketball. It's basketball. But I'm gonna be real. You seeing a girl in a thong and bigger than cold grits running around the court, you gonna be fascinated. So when I saw that, I'm like, yo, that's lit. And then when I came across Lindsey's page, I'm like, yo, she's one of the players. We definitely had to tap in with that. And so I can't wait to get into all of that. But before we start, I want to give a huge shout out as well. As y'all see our shirt, Struggle to Succeed, I want to give a huge shout out to my little bro, Lil Cree. He's been working for about half a year on his brand new project, 19-track project, which is entitled Struggle Baby 2, which is the secret to Struggle Baby 1. So that's coming out April 15th, this Thursday, all platforms. So everybody tune in. And before we get started, yo, Cree, just let everybody know, what is it that you want people to know about this project that's different from everything else that you've done?
With this project, I'm not gonna say I really took a lot of time, but I kind of really did, because with this project, 17 out of 19 songs I recorded and mixed and mastered myself. You know what I mean? The process was long and stressful, but this project really, if you don't know who Cree is by now, once you listen to this project, you really gonna get a good idea on who Cree is as, a person, an entrepreneur. Just coming from where I come from, you really get a good background knowledge on who I am.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna check that out.
Oh, please do. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I know when I saw the cover the other day, I was checking it out. I said, oh yeah, I thought it was pretty neat.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. Everybody who know me and this man been at it since 2016, met each other in economics class. So that shit run deep. It's more than just music. It's a brotherhood. It's a family. You feel me? That's my bro. Love him to death. So anything he put out, I 100% support. It got the Josheey stamp of approval, and I've been able to watch everything unfold from start to finish. So just seeing that, and just to let people know, 17, this is the biggest part of it all. 17 out of 19 of the tracks he self-mastered, recorded, all in his own studio. So that's the biggest takeaway of it all. He didn't, except for 2 songs, he didn't go to no studio. He learned it all on his own, put his own investment time into it. So that's the biggest takeaway.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah,
really proud of bro. Bro been working, and I'm just excited for it. I heard it, but
bro, I want to give a big ups to you though, because a lot of people don't know, throughout that whole time of me, mixing and mastering, I was sending every single last audio to you saying, hey bro,
that's
is this too loud? Is this too low? Is this too this too that? So bro is a part of everything that I do. So I just want to give a big ups to you. I appreciate that.
Oh shit, nah, bro. That's what I'm here for. That's what we do. Support each other, help each other, watch each other grow, man. So now, Miss Lindsey, we're gonna get this thing going. So, like I said, for everybody who don't know, she's and correct me if I'm wrong, from what I've seen, you got model, host, brand ambassador, music video model, now Buns N Basketball player, and I'm pretty sure the list goes on and on and on. But for the people that know you or who don't know you as Lindsey the person, kind of just give them a little in-depth look at how you got your start.
Okay. What's up, everybody? I am your model, host, personality, and actress from small town, Maxton, North Carolina. For anybody that's ever heard of Maxton, it's a small town. It's probably has like 3 or 4 stoplights, maybe a Hardee's and a Food Line and 2 stores, maybe 3 gas stores. But it's a town, you know, that's built off of love and family and history, you know. So and we actually got a lot of good people that come out of our town that did a lot of great things as well, in the entertainment business, sports, and as well, political as well. But it's 45 minutes from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Maxton is 2 hours from Charlotte, about an hour and 50 minutes. I started out doing a pageant when I was probably like 12, and I probably didn't really touch any entertainment, doing anything till I was probably about 18. I started out doing fashion shows, promoting, doing photography, a different advertising with different photographers and businesses as well. I knew that I wanted to go into entertainment being a young girl, but at the same time, coming from a small town, I knew that I needed to learn a couple ropes before I got out there into the big world. So I actually got my 2-year degree at Robertson Community College in Lumberton, North Carolina, which is off I-95 South. I got a office administration, and I got a study in business. I should have got my business degree, but I don't make it where I should have, could have, would have. To me, like, business is built off of what you know, but at the same time, what you contain and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I got a office administration degree. I have a study in business and a study in English theater arts as well. Once I graduated high school from Purnell Sweat High School in Pembroke, North Carolina. Then I went on, that was 2006, and then 2007 to 2010, I graduated with my office administration degree. From 2010 till now, I have built my own platform as far as the Lindsey D brand. Lindsey D, it's Lindsey and then the D. Everybody wants to know what the D means. So the D stands for my grandmother's name. Her name is Delphia. So my name is Lindsey Delphia. I didn't get to meet my grandmother, which was my father's mother. So I, take her name on and carry it with me with the D. So that's where Lindsey D come from. I started out acting, and I started out modeling. I started out acting. I kind of put my acting a little bit first. So I started doing background and independent films, which was Wilmington and towards Raleigh area and Fayetteville area. And I met with producers and started doing stage plays, as well as, with the background and feature work with the films. HBO, I have worked with. ABC Family, I have worked with. So with different networks I have worked with, and some shows as far as doing background feature work. Around the 2010 era, before that and after, up until like 2015, it was just a dire need for diversity, which it's always been, but it's not something that's always been. You had to pull different strings. So from doing the filming with nothing but just background and little featured work in Wilmington and Raleigh and at the beach, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and towards back to Fayetteville, I learned that, like I said, there was more of a dire need for diversity. So that I wasn't getting that, I had to start making my own moves to, to the certain point, it basically, worked for me, and that was going to build for me. So around 2015, that's when I started doing some of the stage plays with celebrities, Tyler Perry celebrity actors. I have met and worked with Palmer Floyd, which he hosted.
So not to cut in, my apologies.
Oh, go ahead.
So just to dial back on what you said, because like I said, a lot of people would go, onto your page and see the things that you've done, but me, that's a first for me. I didn't even know that you actually have had some feature work. So if you can dial it back just a little bit, let the people out there know what's some of the things that you've done, whether it was background work, stage plays, anything media related. What's some of the early things that you got yourself into?
One of the things that I worked on, and people find it funny, I actually worked on the movie The Conjuring. That was some of those parts of that movie, and most of the parts of the movie, basically. Let me change that. Was based out of Wilmington. So if you ever go back and watch The Conjuring 1, I was actually in the classroom scene, which was where I was on the first row, first seat. So as soon as you entered the door and walked into the classroom, I was right there. As far as editing goes, I got edited out. But it was a big moment for me because, you know, that was such a big movie that was based around, you know, some real history that happened. And the thing about it is to meet, you know, Ed and Lorraine Warren, you know, as their character names, you know, on the show. Like, I was probably like from not even me to you, like not even, you know, a couple of inches, you know. So to be in front of them and to, you know, to put their words in play, like, that was some serious stuff because I had every hair on my arm was standing, like every hair on my arm standing. Like, that scene was real. Like, it just felt so real. Talented actors, shout out to them. I also worked on, let's see, A Smile as Big as the Moon. That was on ABC Family. I was actually in the planetarium scene. Let's see, One Tree Hill, which was CW channel, I think, something like that. That was
I definitely remember that. My sister and them used to watch the fuck out of that show. I definitely remember One Tree Hill for sure. So you was in that too?
Yeah. We did an episode, The Burning. We actually, which was history and prominent too, because One Tree Hill was a specialty to a lot of people in the film industry. I actually worked on one of the last final scenes for One Tree Hill, and that was the burning scene. For a lot of people that's engaged into the One Tree Hill era of, you know, that series, I was in one of the last episodes, and it was the burning of the boat. I think, burning the boat. So that's when I learned a lot of the behind the scene effects and all of that stuff when it comes to setting fires and that thing. So that was pretty cool too as well. As far as I did a couple of those things, as far as, like I said, when it comes to traveling for background and feature work. So it's pretty much what I could think of right now. Some more probably come to me, but it's, you know, it's a couple of things I know I've did, you know. Oh yeah, Eastbound and Down, HBO. That come a lot to Wilmington as well.
That I remember that.
Yeah. And it come down to what's it called? Not out of Roland, south of the border. They did a couple of scenes at south of the border as well, and out of Roland, going into Dillon as well, South Carolina. It was basically where one of the guys off Miami Vice, and there was a couple more guys, and it was, let's see, Eric Chavara. It'll come to me. But anyway, yeah. So basically, we got to work one of the scenes in those shops as one of a featured part as well. So yeah, it was a good deal though. It was a good deal. We had a good time.
That
was
dope.
Back in 2011, 12. So
that's dope. So
it's a long story.
So okay, so I like that. So I see how you already had your foot in the door at an early part of your life going into, until now. But the one important question I do have is, when did you start turning Lindsey, like you said, the person that does feature work and being like in the scenes or really behind the scenes, but still trying to get your foot in the door? What made you turn around and say, hey, I got to start doing this for myself. I got to build my own brand? Because I know for myself, it took a while for me to really step up and want to be in the forefront, more so of me always playing, like the background role when it came to just a lot of things I wanted to do. So what really made you say, hey, I have to build a brand for myself and, get yourself out there?
I have to say that one of the smallest parts that I had as an actress, it really made me realize I already knew what I had, but it made me realize, even more and more with confidence. I worked some of that background work and featured work I got introduced to that from a director producer that I had for a stage play that he owned as well himself, written, produced, and all of that good stuff. And that play was based on bullying. So I played one of the teachers for that stage play. That producer and director, he was into filming as well. So that's how we started getting together, and I got into that. As far as when I realized, you know, what I really had on my own and doing everything, that producer, and I have to give a shout out to him, Mr. I can't think of his name. We're gonna go on because it's a lot, you know. Mr. Woody Sampson. Shout out to Mr. Woody. So Mr. Woody introduced me to a stage play director, LaWanda Davis, out at Elizabethtown, North Carolina, which is near Fayetteville, and Tar Heel, North Carolina. Basically, in that stage play, I played as one of the diva friends in the diner scene. Previous, she had Vicky Winez and some other entertainers to come out for her stage plays. So I got introduced to Miss LaWanda to do the stage play as the gum popper. So I'm working on the stage. We got 50, 60, 70, I don't know, something like that, people out in the crowd. We working it, as far as the diner scene, and we got two comedians going at it as best friends, two older ladies, and basically it's a situation where I was the gun popper and I played the diner scene. So I'm popping gun, First time on the stage doing that, meeting this cast, it was just like, hey, I need you this such and such time. We got this play coming and I need this character. So that's how it was, So I was like, yeah, they hit me up, my producer hit me up. I was like, yeah, just give me, LaWanda's number and we'll make it happen. So we made the connection, and next thing you know, we did the play. When I left out towards the auditorium that night, I had, I'm walking out the door from the play. Everybody's out in the commons area, getting food, autographs, different things, everybody leaving out. And I had like 4 or 5 different kids running up to me. And I was like, and they was like, I loved your part. You're the gun popper. I was like, and I'm doing autographs, little kids. And I'm like, wait a minute. Well, wait, like I got something. Like I know I got something, but I'm on to something. Like what's going on here, So from that moment to, building up to now, it just made me realize that no matter what I touch, it can grow and expand and be beyond what I even know. So that's why I tell people sometimes you don't know unless you try it, So that's how that happened. So from then on, I started doing more stage plays with her. She put me as one of the main characters. Till the day now, I've met Palmer Floyd. Shout out to Palmer. Euclid Gray. Shout out to Euclid. Tiger Graham. Tony Terry, Atlanta. So yeah.
Now you said Palmer. That name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, Palmer Floyd. He's off Love Thy Neighbor. One of the main characters.
Bro, Creep. That's the dude that being the light-skinned dude, the bald head dude that being the Tyler Perry plays.
Yeah, that's Palmer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We was just looking at a clip of him the other day from one of his plays.
I love the Palmer, man.
Yeah. And
what you see on TV is what you get, because I have been waiting, for people to be like Lindsay Locklear, Heather Locklear, and I was like, because sometimes you might not hear this name here and there, or you're familiar with this person and you never hear that last name until you hear it again. And it's like, boom, it pops in your head. And I knew I was going to get that. And I got it from Palmer Floyd. Palmer, like I said, what you see from me is what you get. Man, when we met, shook hands, firm handshake, and I told him my name, and he was like, Lindsay Locklear, you mean like Heather Locklear? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, I got you. So I was like, dang. I was like, got it from Palmer. I wasn't expecting that one. So that was pretty cool.
That's what's up. Shout out to that guy Palmer. We gonna tap in with him too. Might pop up on here, Palmer. Shout outs to you. We're gonna get at you, Palmer. But that's what's up. And I feel like to be honest, I actually love stage plays. I feel like
Oh,
it's like that right in the middle between a show and a movie. And you
yes.
know, a lot of people try to poke fun at stage plays because you see a lot of the actors who might not have been in things in a little chunk of time might appear in a
Yes.
play, but it's like when you in a play compared to even you do rehearse, don't get me wrong, but a movie is a movie. It's done. You don't gotta appear. It's done. A stage play, you're in the presence. You are
Yes.
there. You gotta. It's like
Yes.
Broadway. You have to play that role, and if you don't, man, they'll let you know if you suck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely, that's where you definitely can get your acting chops and really get your foot in the door as far as acting from stage
That's right.
plays.
Now, I have a question for her when it comes to acting. Like when
Mhm.
it comes to the journey, because a lot of people aren't willing to go through that journey to get to where
Right.
they
Yeah.
want to get to.
Mhm.
Throughout that journey, what moments was it just like, man, like it's just so exciting? What part of your journey it was like the most exciting for you when it came to doing the acting?
Well, the more that I started doing the acting on the stage plays, and I would go back and look at some of the filming and then some of the pictures, and it was like, wow, like that shit is timeless. Cause I'm over here like, and looking out crazy, but we on stage and we living in the moment. So it's like, damn, like, no matter, whatever amount of money you're making or whatever's going on in your life, it's like you forget about everything.
Right.
And it's like you just
Right.
playing that
Right.
role that you got to play. It's like you just working, and it's like, and that's the way it always should be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the more that I got into it, it's like I just really started learning a lot about myself, and I just felt like my craft was just growing,
Yeah.
And then it was crazy because I just started meeting all these people, and it was like, wow, like, I didn't expect it, so
Right.
crazy. And some of the people that I've have acted with before that definitely was on the come up, like right now they on TV. One of my girls, she's on assisted living, Tyler Perry. Courtney. Me and Courtney, we shared the stage
Which
in
one is she?
Greensboro.
Is she the mom? Is she the mom?
Yeah, Courtney's the mom.
Ah, my mom
yeah.
watched that.
Courtney's the mom. Yeah,
my mom watched that faithfully.
Yeah, Courtney, she's amazing. Her and her husband, Gerald Garner, Garner, they're both actors and actresses. They have acted with Shirley Murdoch and plenty more. That's the first time that I met them though. They was coming off the Fox Theater stage from Atlanta a Friday night, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and come straight to Greensboro that next day because Courtney's husband's brother was one of our producers, and he put on a play called Trapped in the Closet, kind of themed based off of R. Kelly, and that scenario of back in the day, with that album and all that good stuff. So I played as one of the preacher wives, and that's how I met Courtney. Yeah, and her husband too as well. Mm-hmm. And we still keep in contact and all that good stuff as well. So
that's what's up. Shout out to Courtney. Shout out. I just want to take one moment to shout out that man, Tyler Perry. A lot of people don't understand that regardless of what you can say, and I'm going to just be honest from my opinion, like I say, one thing that my parents and my mom love to watch is stage plays. And I've seen them all, big and small. So in my opinion, to know that Tyler Perry really put stage plays in the forefront, to where people is really like putting on good stage plays, and not just stage plays. This man has sold out arenas, concert arenas, off of his plays alone.
From 30 people in the audience.
I was watching this documentary. He said that he went from, like you said, 30 people. Then the very next day, it started turning to 100, then hundreds, and then next thing you know, he's grossing like millions of dollars off his plays, turning to movies, and now he's a billionaire. So definitely, for anybody out there that wants to be an actor, stage plays is something that you shouldn't turn away from, because not only does that better help you in learning how to be a better actor, but stage presence, stage fright, knowing how to
Yeah.
interact with the audience, knowing how the
Right.
audience is going to interact with you.
Right. Yeah.
All of those things. I feel like stage plays is more important than actual movies, because you hear a lot of
Yeah.
people like the Denzels and the Samuel Jacksons who
Yeah.
got their start doing stage plays in Broadway.
Right.
And I feel like
Right.
if you can't make it there, then you might not be able to make
Yeah.
it as an actor, because
And yeah,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
just what it is.
and
So
that's
boom. So now we're at the point to where, you know, you're doing stage plays, you're doing more things, and you're starting to build yourself up as a brand. And so let's take it up a little bit. We're not going to dive in just yet all the way to Buns and Basketball, but what things were you doing that ended up leading up to that opportunity, as well as how did that opportunity come to the table?
Well, once I started getting real heavy, you know, and started traveling to stage plays, you know, I started getting people as far as calls, and they, you know, and other people was connecting me with people. And so that's when I started doing stage plays, you know, up the road and stuff as well. Basically it was a situation where I started getting a lot of different supporters, because during the times that I was working on the background and featured work, and that I started traveling for stage plays, I was still doing photo shoots, I was still doing headshots, and I was paying for all of that, you know. So the more and more and more, you know, from 2010 to 2015, it's like the support just built up, you know. And what happened is some of my family members, we was real close. They're like my brothers, but they're my first cousins. They went away, and they are in federal prison right now. So shout out to Donnie and Kill. Basically, they went away, and you know, there was a big support system in my family. You know, some things happened, and when they went away, it was like, okay, what's going to happen now? You know, as far as like having some of that family knowing what's going on and knowing your love and passion, and they supporting it, to going to, you know, they not being around, and, you know, figuring, okay, what am I going to do at this point to make myself better? Because, you know, if they had the chance, they would take it too, you know, but at this certain time, you know, what happened, you know. So basically what happened is my support it went crazy over the years. And from like 2016, basically what happened was, and I started to be in more music videos as well. So from like 2014 up until 2016, 17, I was in, you know, doing videos and the acting and the photo shoots and stage plays. Well, when some of my family, like I said, they went away, one of my cousins called me. And he was away out of Butner, North Carolina. And he basically hit me up, and he hit his daughter up because he couldn't get it with me. So I was busy doing something. And my cousin calls me, and she's like, hey, I need you to get it with my dad. I'm like, okay, I'll message him, you know, Coors Link. And I was like, all right, what's up? What's going on? She's like, well, I got some man. He's got some man that wants to meet you. And he's got his own agency, and he's into modeling. And I don't know. He just said he wanted to talk to me. So I'm like, all right, I hit cuz up. So I hit him up, you know, already, like, how you doing? What's going on? And that's when he told me, you know, he said, well, I got somebody in here, you know, that's into the entertainment industry, and he's done stage plays and he's worked with models, and he wants to, you know, do some business with you. So I'm like, okay. So ended up setting it up where we could message, and ended up his COO hit me up. Basically, he had a agency. Shout out to 4th District Agency. He was basically a CEO of his own modeling and talent company. And basically, it was dealing upon as well racing model reality show. And his name is Al Boogie Robinson. So between me and other models and during the meetings on the phone, I finally went behind bars to meet my first talent manager. I was on a 5-year contract, and we basically did business as far as I did Tommy Ford workshops. So I met Tommy before he passed. I've worked inside of Carl Payne. Shout out to Carl Payne. His studio in Atlanta doing photo shoots. So I did some different things with Up Under Boogie. We would go behind bars. We was scanned. We was, you know, take everything off, you know, all that. Yeah, we did all that for Boogie, you know. Boogie, he was good to us, you know, and right now, shout out to Boogie. He's actually filming his own reality racing show called The Fastest in America. And our Boogie was just one of the members of the Street Outlaws. He's now he is one of the first Black handicapped racers in the world. He has something messed up with his arm, so he races with one arm. So between me being with the agency and running my contract out, you know, it taught me a lot. And it taught me, I already knew how to move, but it taught me a lot at a business standpoint. And when they say it's 90% business and it's 10% play, there's no joke in it. So I learned a lot with that. And after being with 4th District from 2016 to, 2015 to 16, you know, 18, 19, about 2019. I've been running it on my own. You know, I've been independent, you know. Like I said, I become, you know, doing biker model photo shoots, something I knew I always wanted to get into. Also ended up entering another contract as far as not nothing exclusive. So it's still like a family, a business with the model group out of Charlotte. Shout out to Blue Diamond Models. So basically, I just been building and getting my surroundings and my people around me, you know, my business in order to, you know, be able to do what I do now. And a lot of fashion shows as well. I've did a lot of fashion shows.
That I saw. So it seems like so that I saw the video that you had with some of the other Blue Diamond girls. Shout out to them. So what everybody been waiting for, and I'm pretty sure you know what we're about to dive into, because I've been waiting too. So the phenomenon that's been sweeping the country, and I really do mean that, I've seen it on various blogs, including the Shade Room, World Latin Star, World Star. Please tell everybody, explain what Buns and Basketball is for the people that don't know, and explain how you got into it and how it's changed everything as far as what you got going
on. Okay, so with Buns and Basketball, it all started with one of my model sisters' mentors, Sean. Sean is out of Greensboro, South Carolina. Shout out to Sean. I met Sean at a fashion show, which is Thick Overload. Shout out to Thick. Shout out to Sean Thick. You know, Thick is a stage name. So I met Sean out of Charlotte, North Carolina, at a all-star fashion show that we did with the fashion show creator. So if y'all ever hear, shout out to the fashion show creator out of Charlotte, which is Dwayne. So Dwayne Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being, me and Sean stopped me, you know, before the show was over with. You know, I didn't know, you know, when I'm at, you know, fashion shows, I'm in my own zone. And I do remember, and, you know, I do have to think back, you know, and I keep on point. There's a lot of people watching. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who might want to take you on. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of different opportunities. And Sean presented, you know, she stopped me before leaving out from the show, and she presented, you know, her brand to me, which is Thick Overload. And she told me, you know, she was looking for some models and she wanted to help, you know, pair up and get into a group and do some things. So me and Sean, we started connecting, talking on the phone. I come out to a calendar event. So next thing you know, last year around August, she invited me and 2 other models out to a weekend at a resort that we did at a photo shoot at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And basically, she had told me, you know, the different tires, you know, for the photo shoot, you know, and I was going to get to meet her manager and all that stuff. Shout out to Freeze Frame Black. So we went to the beach, you know, we had the photo shoot, we had a good vacation. Everything taken care of. You know, and she basically ran something by me called Buns and Basketball by us, you know, girls as well, other girls. By me already knowing of Sean, she had presented it to me and told me about it. So when we got to the beach, like I said, we talked about it. We talked about it with the girls. And basically it was a situation where we were going to be playing basketball with thongs on. So I was like, okay, you know, we can do that. I mean, I can see, you know, people will want to take it the wrong way, but the thing about it is what can be taken wrong with, you know, having a talent at something too, you know, just ain't fun, you know, it just ain't buns, you know, it's basketball too, you know, and it's something that I always had a love for because my brother, he was a basketball player as well. So, we got together, we had our own court at the resort. We had 2 resorts we were moving from, doing shoot locations at. We did a shoot on the beach. We did a shoot, like I said, at both resorts. One of the resorts had a basketball court. So we took the idea out to the court and we, you know, Freeze, he did the videography of it. And we had a good time. You know, all the energy, it was there. And, you know, it was fun. It was exciting. We had oil all on our bodies and, we just vibing and the ball slipping and, you know, we had to, you know, trying to rub our hands off, the ball slipping and booty bumping and, you know, we playing ball. We all into it, you know, like, you know. So, but, you know, shooting defense, I was like, you know. So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, you know, you onto something, right? So Thick was like, what you mean? I was like, you know, y'all, you know, you and your manager, y'all onto something. She's like, what's up, girl? I was like, you know, this about to go, right? She's like, what you mean? I was like, this about to go.
Yeah, because
this about to go crazy. You know
hell
that,
yeah,
right?
because when I first seen it, I seen it when they did the first because I know the video that you're talking about. I saw the video where y'all was like on the rooftop, I think. Yeah. And y'all were playing. And I remember I was on World Latin Stars. Shout out to them. It's a popular Instagram page. And it was like who would attend this game? Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, this got to be at first I'm like, this got to be a joke. So I'm like, man, hell no. So I go back on there. Look, you see nothing but ass and sweat and bad. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, this
balls everywhere. Like,
yeah, I was like, wait a minute now.
Wait, hold on.
I was like,
get my popcorn. Wait.
I was like, this. I sent it to bro. I'm like, bro, you see this? I'm like, yo, Chris, you see this? And he was like, you know, I'm like, that is definitely coming on to some because you see things like they used to have like, you know, like erotic volleyball, and then they got like lingerie football, but basketball just never had something like that at all. Right. So you feel baseball cool, but don't nobody give a damn about baseball. Now basketball, you gotta think like you see a girl running around the court, all that. So I'm like, that's tough. I'm like, that's tough. And that definitely, so in regards to now, if you are able to say now in regards to how everything, now I'm pretty sure that girls are compensated in some way, shape, or form, correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So
it's a sisterhood, definitely forming a sisterhood. You know,
I like it, and I just love the fascination of. I get it. Majority of the girls probably know, like I can't hoop for shit, but with what you guys build, I tell people like just because you see it for what it is. Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, though. These girls is beasting it. I'm thinking like, why ain't y'all in the WNBA? I mean, but then I'm thinking like, maybe it might have been me Buns and Basketball. I don't know because I'm telling you, these girls play hard.
Yeah,
they play. Like
I definitely when I seen it because I didn't at first. I think how I came across you was I saw them tag you on something, but I'm like, I saw footage from the first game. I'm like, she wasn't at the game in Atlanta. So I'm like, all right. So I'm looking at it and I'm like I was watching everything. I'm like, yo, who I seen you, and I'm like, who is this? I'm like, because you know, I'm out Delaware for those people that don't know. So the Carolinas is not nothing but like maybe 6-7 hours away. So I'm like, all right, that's close enough. So I'm like, I'm just watching everything, and I'm like, yo, this shit is going to sweep the nation. And when I started to see you guys appear on more viral pages, I'm like, yo, like you said, they're on to something.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like I said, we shot that last August. It was around my birthday. My birthday is August 17th. I'm a Leo. We shot that weekend. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't think they put the footage out till I know it was coming, but I don't think they put the footage out until probably around November, December, if I'm not mistaken, I think. And I'm just like, oh hey, what's up? Keeping it on my mind, but we're still working and grinding. And next thing I know, I'm getting, my phone is going crazy, and I'm like, wait, what? So, that's just Sean's way of saying surprise. Like, okay, we just posted it. It's here. It's out. So it's just started going massive. I was like, dang. People was like, where's this at? Where y'all? I'm like, what? Wait. And then, so I just hit Sean up, and I'm like, yeah, I knew you was right. She was like, hey, yeah, I told you. I was like, I knew, I told y'all too, but she told me though. She told me it was gonna go crazy. So I was expecting it so fast.
I think that's definitely going to be the new big top of the line thing.
Yeah,
because
it is.
It is.
I mean,
because the thing about it is America, especially in our culture, like it's basketball, it's football, and it's a lot of other great sports as well. It's just it's it's America's favorite, football, basketball, and it's like, we want to play certain sports, but we can't because we're girls, we're women, so they do have like the flag football and all of that, but it just hasn't become yet like, Buns and Basketball, this type of sport where we are showing skin, but we still putting substance on the table. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, like they give a full show, man. I'm just sitting back because I just did my first game from Charlotte. I did that kickoff, and I'm just sitting there. I'm looking. I'm like, tickets is sold out. The gyms is packed. We got the players, the ladies, they lit. We got coaches and DJs and Power 98. Shout out to just Burpee. And I'm like, and same thing, shout out to Atlanta for the first game. I was like, wow, like, and I just looked at Freeze, I looked at Dig, and I'm like, y'all did it. Like, y'all, I'm sitting and I'm looking, I'm like, wow, like, I knew it. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy, like, how you can have this vision and it just go, and it can happen to you too.
Now, sorry, my fault to cut you off.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Now with the team, do y'all actually have like team practices and everything? Do y'all
like the girls. Yeah, like the girls, they get together, they work out, they do. They meet up in different courts. Some of the girls, they're located in Atlanta, here in North Carolina, South Carolina. I think one's in Delaware. I think one's coming from New York, all of that. So with that being, if like some of the girls can't get together to team up, we definitely try to do it on our own, or we get with friends, we get with family members. Some's got trainers. So yeah, like, and then a lot of girls, they played in high school, they played in college, and it's just, like they second nature. Like I said, my brother, he was a big football, basketball star here. His team was one of the last teams that won one of the conferences back at Purnell Sweat. Pictures and up still on the wall, trophy cases and different things like that. I just always played around with it, so, but I'm good with defense. And I'm working on my shooting. My shooting pretty good too now, but I get pretty good defense.
Watch out now. She said
the
shot getting there.
Too, so, yeah.
Me and Josh,
but I'm telling you, Buns is flopping and balls is flying, and I'm like,
yeah, shit. I know.
The whole damn show. Like, yeah. This is the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Hey, Josh, we need to go get us some tickets, bro.
Shit, I might get season tickets. Shit.
Yeah. And then, they had different interviewers in there with their podcast. So that's the way as well. And then if you wanted to do a portion of the entertainment, halftime and stuff like that. So there's different things.
Yeah, we will be there.
We will.
Dick Overload, all of y'all. Shout out the Buns and Basketball. Yep, we gonna be there. We gonna be there.
Awesome. I was about to say it's coming to South Carolina, so I think it's around May 3rd, something like that. The schedule's on my page, but yeah.
If y'all listening, y'all need to tap into. You got Philly. I know y'all gonna be in New York later in the year. Y'all got Philly y'all got Jersey.
We got New York coming.
I will help. It ain't about the money, it's the opportunity. People, a lot of people think it's about the money, it's more of opportunity. It's when I see someone doing great, I want that thing to be great. So and we got so many gyms around here. And not only that, just think about how as much people probably not going to admit it because of, it's girls and thongs running around. Just think about how it's one thing that guys and some girls would love to see. It ain't nothing that's going to cause conflict. It don't matter who wins. Everybody just wants to go there and see everybody else want to see.
Yeah, because the thing about it is it's a sport and it's a recreation. But the thing about it is if you can take something and flip it and make money off of it, I mean,
I say that ain't hurt nobody.
You're getting your money's worth at the same time. And I mean, who don't love a game of basketball?
I agree. And when I saw that at first, I'm like, damn, there's no girls with their ass out. There's something. But people don't look at it from the business aspect. Like you said, when you turn something that could be something that somebody will be googly-eyed over and drooling over, you turn that into a cash cow, you have no choice but to respect it. I look at that the same way that I look at the adult entertainment industry. It's like people get criticized all the time. And I'm glad you mentioned that because that was one thing I wanted to dive into with too, is a lot of people always get mad and be like, she's in videos or she does films, she's on OnlyFans. But it's like, do you understand that just because somebody does that, time still has to be put in? A person has to still, like in you guys' case, it's not all about looks. You guys do practice. Not only that, you guys are traveling across the country.
Promoting, traveling, advertising.
So,
because that can make people look at women more in sports as well. You see what I'm saying? And look more at WNBA too. So.
Right. That is true. And another thing about it is it's business at the end of the day. And with what you guys have now, and I'm not, just to put, good energy in the air. It's a lot of ways that you can take what you have right now and even turn it into something bigger, which means you can have more states. You can have more states. And then before you know it, you guys are probably like on a 30-city tour going all across the country.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that's what you guys hope to have. And I feel like I said, I support it 100%. I never seen anything like it. The closest thing I've seen is the Lingerie Football League, but seeing something like this, and not only is it, it's women owned, minority owned, it's people from all different walks of life, colors, and just seeing that people can come together to, it is like an eye pleasure type of thing. You like to see that, but it's also good to just see people coming together, not complaining. Feel me? You got people at basketball games want to fight because a certain team won or lost. Don't nobody care who win or lose when it comes to basketball. Y'all know what y'all there to see. I better not hear a foul be called. I don't want to hear no shot clock. Y'all just run around all day. I'll be all right.
They be calling them fouls now. But it's official today. We just found out. We do have our own website now, buns&basketball.com. So
y'all check that out. I'm gonna have that up here on the screen for y'all too. Y'all go check them out. And like I said, when I seen it, and I said the same thing. I told Chris, I said, "Yo, this thing about to blow up." Couple weeks later, it's everywhere. Everywhere. And I'm like, yo, they are working. Shout out to shout out to everybody with Buns and Basketball. Like I said, that's one of the rare things that I've seen in past years. That's like, wow, because a lot of people don't understand.
That's what a lot of people said. And I think it woke up people after the pandemic or something.
Exactly. And like I said, just putting ideas in there. You don't know, like a lot of people, like you can start off as y'all just have two teams going against each other. It could be years later, separate states, separate cities have their own team. And now y'all playing in an actual league. See, people don't think of it that way. It can still be the same concept, but this is something that just needs to happen. Like you said, a lot of the nightlife clubs, gentlemen's clubs, those kind of go-go bars and stuff have been shut down or limited capacity due to COVID. So when you have things like this that can combine the love someone can have for the adult nightlife, and then the love that somebody has for sports and basketball in particular, where can you never go wrong. And not to
Right.
mention, they're still giving outsiders the opportunity to be
Yeah.
heard, whether it's through
Yeah.
sponsorships, as
That's
you
right.
said, podcasts, artists
Yeah.
performing.
Mhm.
Come on now, who wouldn't want to perform? And you got the girls around there, they dancing with you, having fun. It's just, it's one of
Right.
those, it's like
Right.
in a sense, almost a guilty pleasure, you know? It's like
Right.
it's basketball and girls, good looking
Yeah.
girls at that.
They ain't gonna know what to do when it's Buns and Basketball, and the reels popping, and so
I
it's
think
about to
I
be
think
crazy.
I think that whole idea is just amazing, and I feel like
It is. It's crazy, man.
I feel like it's like perfect time, and like even with the times going on, like you said, the pandemic and everything, like this is something people would definitely look forward to, because I know I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to put it on my screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shoot. I'm excited, and you know, and since you're on here with us, I'm definitely gonna do my part in keeping that name alive, because that's something we need.
I appreciate
it's
that.
You know, I've heard, to be real honest with you, and to get a little deep on it, I've heard the stories of people that work in the nightlife that says, yo, my club's closing early now, it's cutting into my money, or my club didn't even open back up, I can't work. So when you think of things like these, you have to think all of these people are coming from different walks of life. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they do, what they look like. You have to understand that everybody has a story. Everybody is living a life. And when I seen that, I'm like, just the simple fact that you guys are able to get. And now how many of y'all is it? How many of you guys is it in total?
In total right now, I think, because some of the cast members, we bring new faces on, and we have the veterans. So altogether right now, I think we have 23 members, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 23, 26. Yeah, 23 members.
So I'm excited. Who knows? The more people, the more games we can see, and that would be good. Like a double header. Where you got it's the ideas is swirling, and I'm just so excited to see. And I definitely, when one of the dates that's near my area, we definitely going to pop up there, interview you again, talk to everybody, because I just love the fact that this is happening. Because you don't even hear anything about lingerie football no more. I haven't heard about shit about that in a while.
So
I didn't even know that was a thing until you said it.
Yeah, like,
to be honest.
See, they was doing the flag football for the girls, but the girls was only wearing booty shorts.
Yeah.
I think they was just doing like booty shorts.
Yeah.
So I don't think, to be honest, as far as what I know, and I mean, I'm pretty sure, of course, there's plenty of videos out there, just, random home, whatever videos, or, maybe even professional videos with girls just playing in bathing suits or lingerie thongs, just at home, or, just to do like some promo for their name. But yeah, it ain't never been like a actual, you know what I'm saying? Like teams playing ball with thongs.
Organized.
I mean, and organized and buns.
It's
a lot of naturals.
Right.
It's a lot of naturals. So you know what I mean? So I'm like,
when I saw that, I sent that to Chris, I sent that to a few people. I'm like, look at what God created. I said, bro, that ain't nothing but God right there.
And I seen some of the videos. Y'all really out there hooping though too. It's real live entertainment. Physical and everything, So
I mean, when they throw a ball, you better be on point. You better be ready.
I saw somebody get hit with a no look pass. I said, "Uh-oh, this getting a little real." I said, "It's getting a little real."
Hey, I was like,
"Oh shit!"
Wait, y'all playing.
Yeah,
but I knew we were gonna have to play because we play. Like I might not play to get paid, first thinking about everything. But when it come down to it, I know I'm competitive and I love a good game of ball. So I was like, let's do it, So I mean,
in regards to how the girls travel, because that's something I wanted to dive into too. So how do you guys all travel? Because I know some, like, probably stop. Some people can come, some can't. So how have y'all been able to work out a good schedule to where you guys can appear in a lot of games?
Basically, a lot of the girls are ready, set, and go. Like they already have the actual games surrounded. That's them messaging me now. So, hold on, Buns and Basketball. I'm coming to y'all. So the thing about it is a lot of the girls that go ahead and they set the games around their schedules. Like, you know, as far as being professionals, it's already everything's set in stone. You know, a lot of the girls, some of the girls are carpool, and a lot of the girls come on their own because some of them's already in the city, near the city. You know, like us, me, for Charlotte. A lot of the girls for Atlanta, a lot of them was around the area. And then the ones that wasn't would travel to state, in state or out of state. Like we do this. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, everything's set up, everything that everybody's taken care of. Escorted to games and from games. There is plenty of security on site. And to and from the hotel as well. Shout out Freeze Frame for his organization too as well. Long
Yes,
Sean
sir.
and
Shout out Freeze Frame. Shout out Freeze Frame.
they
Shout
don't
out
play.
Sean.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like organization. Yeah, CUC. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, they on point with that.
So before we wrap this thing up, we're gonna do two fun things. First off, me and Cree was talking. We was like, let's do something to spice this up. Let people really get a more in-depth look of Lindsey. So we're gonna do rapid fire questions. So how we about to make this thing work? Simple. I'm gonna have a timer. I'm gonna put about 30 seconds on said timer. Cree, you gonna start us off. So how it works is Cree asks you a question, you give an answer, then he asks you another question, and he gives you the answer, so on and so forth. The question can be anything from a favorite color to favorite food, pet peeve, whatever the case may be. So my finger's right on the timer. Cree, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Fast and Furious.
You gotta keep going.
Favorite actor.
Oh, I gotta keep going.
Yes,
okay,
you.
Okay.
Yes,
favorite,
that's what I was
favorite,
thinking. But I was like,
favorite food.
Favorite food? Soul food.
I know you're an actor, so your favorite actor.
My favorite actor?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite.
Yep, time's up.
Morris Chestnut.
She can get that one out. Morris Chestnut.
Yeah, I love Morris.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go.
Tyson.
Hey, yes sir, the GOAT.
Favorite.
So I'm gonna put the same amount of time on for myself now. I'm gonna make sure. Hopefully, I got my questions. That should be good. But yep. So I'm gonna do the same thing. 30 seconds on the clock, and I'm gonna just fire away. So let me get that going. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Favorite color.
Favorite color? Hot pink.
Favorite thing to do.
Favorite thing to do? Light my candles and take a hot jacuzzi bath at night and put my robe on and roll up.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh, that caught me off guard. Favorite musician.
Favorite musician? Oh God, doesn't matter anybody. I love Mary J. Blige.
Ooh, yes. Shout out.
Yeah,
Time's up on that, but shout out to Mary. So, like I said, I had an extreme blast, and before we let you go, you gotta let everybody know, what do you have planned in the future? What do you have coming up? What should people look out for, and how can they connect with you?
What I have planned for the future, I have planned to have my own business, and I wanted to actually not just be in the beauty world, but actually into robes. I would like to, like I said, own a couple businesses. And one of my favorite things and one of my bucket lists, favorite all-time bucket list things that I want to do, I want to be on a TV show that just becomes a classic, or one that's a classic and, I just happen to come a part of the cast and we make it even better, like longevity of a classic TV show. So shout out to the Urkels and to the Full Houses, Seinfelds, and all of those good shows back in the day. So that's what I want to do. I want to make a classic role and classic show coming up. And I might get into some music as well. So I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, so you saying we can hear you rapping on the track soon? Is what you're saying?
Might be.
Okay.
So where can the people find you at? Social media, basketball, everything. Where can they find you at?
Y'all can find me at Lindsey D Live, because I'm not just always live on social media. I am live all the time in life.
Okay.
So at Lindsey D Live, we got it at Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. I gotta get more on Twitter, but that's what it'll be, at Lindsey D Live. I'm gonna work on that this week as well. And at Buns and Basketball.
Definitely. Like I said, I'm excited. Like I said, not only is this the first episode of the Josheey the CEO podcast, but we had the wonderful, lovely Lindsey D. And I'm excited because I saw that and I was like, I gotta interview somebody, do something, because that is something special. And I feel like it's definitely something that's going to be not only here, but something that can really transform into something huge. So the Instagram is Buns and Basketball, correct? That's the Instagram.
Buns and Basketball at Lindsey D Live. It's LINDSEYDLIVE.
And as you guys know, Lindsey, we definitely gonna have you back on here real soon. That's a for sure fact. And I gotta tell everybody, stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe my YouTube channel, Josheey the CEO.
Make sure y'all do that.
Definitely shout out to Creed as well. Struggle to succeed. I need a shirt.
I got you.
Yeah, I need to send me a shirt.
I'm gonna make that happen.
My address.
Oh yeah, definitely. And before I can't forget my own.
I was say you playing.
Whole Sway, gotta throw it up there for him, brother. Yep, Whole Sway.
You already know I got you.
That's my brand. That's my baby. Shout out to Emily. That's my best friend. Me and her launched this in the fall. I would say coming into the last year, the fall of 2020. It's a men's and women's clothing brand. We do everything, sweatsuits, and right now we're about to launch our spring and summer collection. Awesome. So stay tuned for that. Also, Host Sway Uncut. That's our more like the raunchier side of things. We got the lingerie and all of that. We tapping into everything. I'm tapping into every market. They don't call me Josheey the CEO for nothing, man.
Right, exactly.
So, but like I said, Chris, always a pleasure, bro, having you here co-hosting with me. Lindsey, it was a absolute pleasure of having you on here. Love the chat, love what we talked about. And we're gonna be at one of them games. We're gonna be at a couple.
We're
gonna be there. I'm gonna be in the audience, like, oh, there go Lindsey. I'm gonna be in the audience cheering you on. So
yes, y'all come support.
Everybody, appreciate you guys tuned in. Oh, and before I go, follow us on Instagram, as she said, Lindsey D Live. Y'all go ahead and follow her. Cree is the Struggle Baby, not THE, but THA Struggle Baby. And y'all can find me, Josheey the CEO, JOSHWY the CEO. That's my Twitter. That's my Instagram. Snapchat is Josheey the CEO 97. We're gonna be back with plenty more episodes, plenty more heat, and all of that. So appreciate you guys tuning in. And as always, click that like button, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we out.
appreciate you. I thank you. We're going to keep going up from here, guys. Tell everybody in the world what we did. Here in Charlotte, North Carolina, we are on tour. If y'all didn't know, we are on tour. And I am the CEO of Buns N Basketball. I just appreciate everybody. Y'all keep following the page, share it, hey, keep telling everybody, okay? Keep going. Let's go up. Let's go up, ladies. Everybody. Let's go around. Let's go. Let's go.
From Miami.